Hello YouTube, welcome back. So today I'm back with another tutorial for Big Data Hadoop, and we will learn to install Ambari server and agents on Ubuntu machines. Okay. So before I proceed, let me introduce you to my channel Linux Unix X. So I share tutorials for big data, cloud computing, Linux and Python. Okay. So please subscribe if you haven't subscribed it yet. And okay, so we start the process and we go step by step to the live demo installation of Ambari server and agents. Okay, so before I proceed, let me tell you, Ambari server and Ambari is a tool provided by Cloudera to access the Hadoop components with ease. So with Ambari you get a web GUI from where you can access all the Hadoop components like HDFS and yarn, MapReduce, pig, etc. and you can manage. You don't need to log into the server. You can debug, you can check the alerts, you can manage the space utilization, everything from the web GUI. So it is very easy with Ambari. Okay, so you need a machine. Of course, if you are creating a cluster, you will need more machines, but in this tutorial we will just install install Ambari server in one server, and from next tutorial we will create a cluster on Ambari. Okay, so you need a machine and you need to be logged in as root. Okay, so first of all you need to download the Ambari repository. So this is the Ambari repo list we are going to download from Hortonworks. Okay, so just copy this and run this wget command, so it will download this repo list. Once it is downloaded, you have to download the key as well, so just run the second command also, and then you have to run apt get update to update the repository. Okay, so once this is done, you have to run Ambari installation command. Okay, so what we are going to do is we will run apt get install Ambari server. Okay, if so we will install this 2.7.3 Ambari server. And okay, so as you can see, this Ambari server installation is done. So let me just go ahead, and so once you are done with this, you can run Ambari server. So once you run this, it will give you a list of uses. Okay, so it is using Python, and so I believe this command that I ran, I have run it before also, so that's why it is not downloaded the dependency files. Okay, it only downloaded only one file. So if you run it for the first time, you will get like some dependencies like Python and etc. everything, all the dependency it will download and install, so it may give you a bigger output. Okay, so this is done, and so before we start, stop or do anything with the Ambari server, you have to set it up. So just run Ambari server setup. So if you run this, it is saying that okay, so you just go with the default settings, customize user account, just use the default answer, just press enter, and then it will ask you for second option, just give 1, which is the default. Okay, then it will install JDK. It is showing it already exists. Just go with the default, press enter, and again enter. Okay, so it will take some time, and depending on your internet connection, it will install the setup. So now you can see the setup is complete. Okay, so now what we are going to do is in fact you can choose the user for which you want to set up Ambari. So I am currently proceeding with my root user itself, so you can choose that. So what we are going to do now is Ambari server and then status. So it is saying that it is not running, so let's just try to start it. Okay, so before we start it, we need to configure some properties for Ambari. Okay, so you have to go to etc Ambari server and then you have to go to conf. Okay, so here you will see that you will have Ambari properties. If you open that, so it will give you a list of properties that are being used for Ambari. Okay, so this is the property. So let's just try to start Ambari server start, and let me see what is happening. Okay, so waiting for server to start. Okay, okay, so Ambari server comes with a default database which is PostgreSQL, so you don't need to install separate SQL or MySQL. If you want, you can do that while creating the cluster, but it comes with a default SQL as well, PostgreSQL. Okay, so it may take some time, so let's just okay, so Ambari server start completed successfully. So you can see this is the process ID. Okay, if you just cat it, you will get the process ID. So if you just grep with the process ID, you will get to know that this is the Ambari server process, okay, which is running. Okay, let's just go ahead and check on which port it is listening. Okay, so just do net state -nap and then grep with the process ID. Okay, so by default it will run on 8440. Okay, this is the port where it will listen. So yeah, let's before we proceed, let's just start the agent as well. So just do Ambari server let's just install apt-get install Ambari agent as well. Okay, so it may take some time. So as you can see, the Ambari agent is installed. Let's just run the Ambari agent command. So if you run this again, you will have an option to start, stop, status. Okay, so let's just check the status. It is not running. So okay, before we start to run the Ambari agent, you need to configure few of the property of Ambari agent. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to go to Ambari agent folder. Here you will find conf. Inside that you have this ini file, .ini file. So here, instead of localhost, you can specify the IP address of the system, or you can specify what do you call the alias name of the system. So let's just go to etc hosts, and here you can see it is localhost is this one. Okay, so here what we are going to do is we are going to give it a name as M1. Okay, as this is my AWS server, so I am just going to get the IP address. Just a moment, let me log into my AWS instance. Okay, so if I go to my elastic compute cloud instance, and I have one instance running. So this is my IP address, and let's just take the private IP here, and you have to put the IP address here, and then you can give the private DNS as well at this place. Okay, and just remove the local host. Okay, so to avoid errors that the server is not connecting or agent is not able to connect to server like that. Okay, so just save it, and then what you have to do is you have to run Ambari agent. Okay, start. Let's just try to start it. Let me see what is happening. Okay, so it is saying that Ambari agent started successfully. You can check the Ambari agent log here. Let's just go and check the log. Okay, so this is our log. Let's just check what is happening in the log. Is it actually started, or is it going? It is throwing some error. So see, it is connecting to this 8441 port, and as you can see, it is able to connect. Okay, so this is the port number where it is connecting to Ambari's server. Okay, connecting to this, you can see that. Okay, connecting to Ambari server 8440. Okay, so before okay, I think I might need to change the configuration. Let me just check. Okay, yeah, so let's just open this and the web UI, and we will check whether we are able to access the Ambari server or not. So this is the IP address. You have to make sure you always use the global IP address, the public IP address, and give 8440. So it is not responding. Okay, let me just try. Okay, it's not responding because the agent. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going back to Ambari agent, and we go to conf, and then we go to Ambari agent ini. Here, instead of localhost, what we are going to do is we are going to give m1. Okay, which is my machine name. Okay, so in that case, it should be able to connect. Okay, so now what we will do is we will run Ambari agent, and then we stop the Ambari agent because we have made any configuration changes, so we have to stop and start it. Okay, so as you can see, now it is started again. Let's just check the log again. Okay, so this is my log. Let me just check tail -100. Okay, so see, it is trying to connect to connecting to Ambari server, connected to Ambari server m1. Okay, and this is the private IP. Okay, so fine, let's just check the listening port. So we will just do netstate-nap grep with 8440. Okay, so it is listening. What about 8441? So it is also listening there. Fine, so we will try to run this one more time. Okay, it's not connecting. Let me just check the firewall status. So firewall is inactive. So what could be the reason it is not able to connect? Okay. Okay, so let me just check again. What could be the possibility? Okay, so I paused this video to save the time because I wanted to debug. So the thing is that I was checking the wrong port, so it is running on the default port, which is 8080. So you have to use the default port with the IP address of the public IP. Okay, so just give the public IP followed by 8080, and you should be able to access the admin console of Ambari. Okay, so this is the Ambari server console. So here you have to log in with a default username and password, which will be admin and admin. Okay, so great, right? You are logged into Ambari console web interface. So from here you can install, you can create a cluster. Okay, so you can launch the cluster, create cluster wizard, and you can start creating a cluster. So you can include several hosts, and you can create the cluster and HDFS. So that's all in this tutorial, and in my next tutorial we will see how to create the cluster on Ambari. Okay, so please like this tutorial if it helped you, and subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.